actress, writer, producer of the film, and it was directed by Renee Alberta. How did I come about DoDo TiTi? DoDo TiTi, well, it was a concept that I had probably decades ago. And what brought the idea of the concept is I had an incident where I was exiting the market and a woman with her dog was entering the market. And the aisle was narrow and I made a little room so she couldn't get through, and she just proceeded to just not give me any room and knock me over with the dog. And she said, well, of course, I snapped because I said, really, is this dog more important than me? And it just had me furious. And on my way home, I just thought about it. I said, wow, it would be interesting to have a story about a Caribbean nanny competing for respect by competing with the dog to obtain respect from the family who value the animal more than her because of the cultural difference. Because in the Caribbean, dogs are never in the house, never in the home. Where here, they're a part of the home. So I wanted to explore cultural differences and what happens with those differences when they have to interact in the same home. Where what's more important for her is her tying herself to her cultural tradition of brewing bush tea. So for them, that's a clash in and of itself because she wakes up early in the morning. You know, Americans, we don't like to wake up early in the morning. Because if you're in the Caribbean, 4 a.m., you're up. So that's how the concept developed, and I wrote it as a short. And what people don't understand, particularly where Dodo's from, storms, they're traumatized by storms because they've lost many lives. So they didn't understand that. So that was the backstory. Even though some people have said, well, it's a guest house, why wouldn't she not want to be in the guest house? It's not about that. It's about staying close to what she knows as family here. She doesn't have family here. And also back home, this isn't the concept of a guest house. People are communal, you know. And for her, it was, why would you want to separate me? Because she also has a relationship and attachment with the little child. And I also, wanted to explore, hey, here are these differences and what happens when we're not sensitive to our, to what might be important for you may not be important for another person, and really having a consciousness and awareness and really being empathetic. Oh, that's my next project. And people did have asked if I wanted to make it a full feature. Money. It costs money. My next project is we're going to be develop a story called Paris Blues. I wanted to create a story that's centered in Harlem, where this elder has a legacy he wants to pass on to his daughter, and the legacy is being compromised by the gentrification that's happening in Harlem. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. This is a story about how gentrification affects a community, a legacy. You can find, if you want to follow the film, you can follow the film on Facebook called DoDo TiTi, DoDo TiTi on Facebook, Twitter. Twitter would be DoDo TiTi, the film. And then Instagram is the same thing. And then there's a website, www.dodotiti.com, DoDoTiTi.com. Yes, I would like to shout out to the People's Film Festival world premiere of DoDo TiTi, and it's for folks like you who gives filmmakers a voice and opportunity to see their work displayed. Thank you.